Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Hello to the chat. Right now in the news, the first all-female U.S. spacewalk. This is mission number 58 in terms of the spacewalk. Not too exciting, but what I want to show is the ritual that is taking place here. And again, NASA is very ritualistic. NASA is controlled by Freemasonry. And Freemasonry does everything in the Kabbalistic language of gematria, the practice of coding numbers and words, and doing rituals in line with dates in the calendar year. So there's two women. When you write out two as a word, it sums to 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society. Again, this is the 58th U.S. spacewalk, the first time it's all women. The women are Jessica Meyer and Christina Koch, and I want you to see why they chose these two women. Notice it says the first woman to conduct a spacewalk was Russian cosmonaut Svetlana Savitskaya. Hopefully I said her name right. In 1984. Remember, Masonry's 84. Followed closely by NASA astronaut Kathy Sullivan. An additional 12 U.S. women have conducted 40 spacewalks over the past 35 years. Remember that number 35. It's 35 years from 84 to 2019. Koch and Meyer will be the 13th and 14th respectively. So, Jessica Meyer, she's Swedish, American, and Israeli. She's 42 years old. Notice her name, Jessica Meyer, sums to 666. And again, NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which equals 666. A couple years ago, NASA set a new record, keeping an astronaut in space for 666 days. That was Peggy Whiteson. The name Jessica also sums to 66, like woman, like number of the beast. And again, 666 is taught about in Revelation, the 66th book of most Bibles. Her birthday, let me put it back up on the screen. Her birthday was July 1st. From her birthday to today is 3 months and 17 days. That stands out because 317 is the 66th prime number to go with all the sixes. 109 is a standout number too. Military's 109. It's the 29th prime number. Masonic equals 29. NASA's a military program. So here's the reporting from April of 2017 about Peggy Whiteson. She spent 666 days in space. And the media just reported about like, oh, nothing curious there. Just any old number, 666. Never heard of it before. So of course 666 is the number of the beast, which is associated with Satan. This ritual is coming 35 years after supposedly the first woman walked in space. If you do some homework, you'll find the videos out there of NASA astronauts in space getting stuck on the very thin strings that they're stuck on or they're attached to. Some people could argue that, well, they're really in space and they're on those thin strings so that they don't, go floating off or something like that. But if you watch these videos that do exist, you can see that there's some shenanigans going on. Anyhow, NASA equals 35 like Satan, like Baphomet. And of course, 666 is associated with the number of the beast, Satan. And the Baphomet is the symbol of the Satanic Church. The Baphomet has relations to Kabbalah because Kabbalah states that God is male and female, just like the Baphomet is male and female. And if you read Revelation 13:18 about 666, the verse says it's the number of the beast, the number of a man. So why are they continuously doing these 666 rituals with women? Isn't that kind of strange? Makes you wonder. Are they really women? Jessica Meyer, Agent 666, just to come back up to her name. Jessica Meyer, one of the two women today. She's 42 years old. Maybe I did that too fast. One more time. Jessica Meyer, 42. Freemasons, 42. Outer Spaces, 42. Female Lady Bitch, they're all 42. Again, the tribute here is to women, at least supposedly. And with regards to 666, if you've read Revelation, the beast, 666, rules for 42 months. The other astronaut is Christina Koch, and her name sums to 66, like number of the beast. Again, like woman. Christina alone sums to 47, like beast. Of course, Christina's a reshuffling of Christian. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, both Christina Koch and Jessica Meyer sum to 78. 78, like Scottish Rite. And again, NASA is controlled by the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. If my channel hadn't been deleted a million times, I'd reference one of the 50 videos that I've uploaded showing the clip from the Scottish Rite House of the Temple where they have the shrine to NASA and where the narrator is talking about how nearly every astronaut has been a Freemason and, you know, how they planted the Scottish Rite flag supposedly on the moon mission. Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. But CNN, I don't know if they took it down. They had it up there momentarily. They don't have it right now, but they had it up there that this is the U.S. Spacewalk number 58. Number 58, of course. Remember, Freemasonry equals 58. NASA was established in the year 58. Just a little side topic on 58. This was in the news yesterday. She is the most beautiful woman in the world according to science. You see how they emphasize science? Her name is Bella Hadid, which sums to 58, just like science. And if you read the story, it was according to Dr. Julian De Silva, whose name equals 139 and 58, like Freemasonry equals 139 and 58. And if you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Bella Hadid and Julian De Silva are both the same number, 212. But again, and notice what time they posted at, 3:33. It's just a reminder, from NASA to pretty much everything else in the mainstream, it's Freemasonry running the show. And for those of you who listen to my weekly radio program, I let the gentleman go on a couple weeks back who was saying it's not Freemasonry. I'll let people say what they want, but I mean, it's obvious it's Freemasonry. You know, no one could make any logical argument that it's not Freemasonry running the show. There's just no way that you could come up with any credible argument to dismiss all the evidence that we have to show that it is Freemasonry. The nation's capital named after a Freemason. NASA run by Freemasonry. You look at every entertainment venue. You know, it's credited to a Freemason. It's run by a Freemason. It's Freemasonry, period. Well, hold on. Not period, comma. And it is also other secret societies that are all based in Masonry, you know. So, it's Jesuits, it's Rosicrucians, it's Knights Templar. I mean, there's other secret societies, but front and center, it's Freemasonry. It's not an accident they planted the Freemason flag supposedly in the moon mission. That woman, her full name, Christina Hammock Koch, equals 113 like Scottish. The date NASA was established, a date with 113 numerology. Again, the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. George Washington, a Scottish Rite Freemason. The House of the Temple with the shrine to NASA. The Scottish Rite flag on the moon. Today's date also has 67 numerology. U.S. Spacewalk, what they refer to it as, equals 67. Satanic 67. Female 67. International Women's Day is March 8th, the 67th day of the year, except for in leap years. So what a perfect day for a all-women's spacewalk. And then for one more tribute to Freemasonry, today, October 18th, is the day leaving 74 days left in the year. Masonic 74, Lucifer 74, Occult 74, English 74, Gematria 74, Holiday 74, Independence Day 74, Jewish 74. So hopefully I made the point clear enough. If you have not read my book, there's a chapter on NASA by the numbers showing how every single thing ever done by NASA is by this code. And so easy to see through. The disasters, the accomplishments, all of it. Very, very repetitive numbers. It's a chapter full of all the exact numbers we just talked about in this video. So, that said, the fun's over. Got to go back to work. Got to get on the Patreon here very soon and do the daily decode. Be sure to sign up. Till next time, Truth Seeker.